assemble the mouthpiece, there are several different components, but it's fairly easy to assemble. So first you have the main piece that everything attaches to. It's really important to see the arrows right here and right here, because you can see that the air will flow in this way and then flow out this way. So you have these two diaphragms that look like this that allow air to flow in one way but not the other way. So they're going to go so the air can flow through, so that's where the arrows come into play. So you're going to put that one in there, and you're going to put the other one in the other side, again allowing the air to flow out the way the arrow is pointing. So you can put it in just like that, and then you're going to assemble the two pieces that the tubes will attach to. So you have the white piece, so we'll assemble that, put it on a little snug, and then the clear piece also comes on here, and this is the one that the tube will attach to. Okay, and then you have the spit catcher, and it goes on just the bottom just like this. And then the last hole is where the mouthpiece will attach. And then lastly, the mouthpiece goes on the white part.
There we go.
And as you can see, it's supposed to be a snug fit, just like that. Okay, so this is the headpiece that the person will wear, allowing the mouthpiece to just stay in place. So it goes in these two holes right here. Pretty easy to assemble again. It just slides on here and slides on there. And again, to remember that the clear piece is the one that you want the tube to attach to. You'll take the tube and then just put it in place, nice and snug. And then lastly, don't forget the nose piece. That way the individual does not breathe out their nose and is forced to breathe into the mouthpiece. Alright, so now you're going to take the mouthpiece that you have assembled and you're going to attach it to here using the Velcro strips that are on the arm. And then you're going to plug the other end of the tube into the part that the air is going to go into and be measured. So it just goes on nice and snug once again all the way on, and that is the attachment.
Alright, the last step is to connect the computer to the treadmill. Alright, so go ahead and find this gray wire behind the cart, and it's going to go ahead and plug in right here on the side of the treadmill. Just like that. Heart rate data, have the client put on the polar heart rate strap right below the base of the sternum and tight against the skin. When fitting the mouthpiece and headpiece onto the client, have the screws all the way loosened and the head strap all the way loosened in the back. And then have the client put it on their head and tighten things down to fit. Have them put the mouthpiece in their mouth and find the position that's most comfortable, and then tighten these down. Once that's done, double check with the client and make sure they're comfortable and in a good position. Alright, now that your client is all set, you can go ahead and click on VO2/metabolic testing. This screen will pop up, and this is the screen where you input all of your client's data. And you will also input temperature, pressure, and relative humidity. Once you've done all that, go ahead and click OK. This is the protocol screen. The protocol screen tells the treadmill what speed, what grade, and how long it's going to go at that. Go up here to the top left in protocol selection. You can do predetermined or make custom protocols like we did. In this custom protocol, we can change the warm-up, the different stages of the test, and make our own custom cooldown as well. This is very useful to individualize the test to each client that you're testing. If you've made your own custom protocol and want to save it, you can save it right here. This one's already saved, so we're going to go ahead and click OK. Before we click OK, we want to make sure that the client is all hooked up to everything and has their nose piece on. Because once we click OK, the Parvo will start measuring things. Everything looks good, so we're going to go ahead and click OK. And as you can see, it's already starting to measure, so that's why it's very important that your client has the nose piece on and everything plugged in. On this screen, you want to wait about 10 seconds to let O2 and CO2 stabilize. Alright, so after about 10 seconds, we're going to go ahead and click OK. Alright, and then you'll see the treadmill start to count down, and the treadmill will start our warm-up phase. After a couple seconds into the test, you'll start to see numbers appear across the screen. A Maximal Vo2 test is a voluntary test. The client goes as long as he can without stopping. If the client has to stop, he can simply step off to the side of the treadmill, and then you stop the test. Other indicators to stop the test are a heart rate close to their maximal heart rate, or an RER of 1.10 to 1.15. For each stage, it is good to use the rating of perceived exertion to see how your client is doing. Dawson, how are we doing? Good. We want the test to last approximately 8 to 10 minutes. So that is where the protocol is really important, so you push your athlete hard enough so they reach their max in that 8 to 10 minute window. Completed the test, go ahead and click the cool down button. Once your client is finished, they can go ahead and take off the mouthpiece, and you can click End Test. You can go ahead and click Text Report, Print, close that one, Graphics Report, and Print. Once you finish the test, it's very important that you turn off the pump heater. You don't want this to stay on and the pump to stay hot the entire time.